So I'm just posting this quick update on our K2 Plus. Now, as you guys know, we had issues with the cable going into the tool head board. It looked like whoever assembled it put a bunch of adhesive in there and it got into the pins, caused connection issues. Can't even clean it up because no solvents we have will actually dissolve it. Now, one thing we did notice is that when you heat up with like a heat gun, the adhesive, it gets soft. So my theory is, because the printer ran for over 250 hours with no issues, and we did mostly ABS prints with the heated chamber on, I'm going to assume that what happened was that adhesive softened and started liquefying from the chamber heat, traveled down into the pins and caused a connection issue. Now, Creality was a pain to deal with, which is really weird because when we had extruder issues with my K1, they were actually really easy to deal with. I said, hey, had an issue with the extruder, I know there's a problem. They sent me a new extruder. Now, what I did was I kept bugging them through email, through WhatsApp, and at a certain point when I got tired of it, I went and checked my credit card company, and I was able to open a chargeback. So sent them a message saying, hey, I want this resolved, and if you guys don't resolve it tonight, have a tracking number, or at least get back to me, I'm opening a chargeback. Lo and behold, 8 hours later, I had messages from them, and I had a tracking number. So I have the new tool head board and the new cable. The cable's installed. I'm going to finish the tool head board installation tomorrow and test it. But if you guys are having issues with any of these companies, don't be afraid to threaten a chargeback if they're legitimately not getting back to you and not resolving your issue. And one thing I will say, you as a consumer, make sure you do your due diligence and as much troubleshooting as possible and tell them exactly what you did. Whether it's slicer settings, whether it's, oh, I tested the cables going from, whatever to whatever. I even went as far as to test continuity and everything, but I know you guys all don't have that. But try to do as much troubleshooting up front so there's less back and forth. Now, a source told me that Creality's level 1 support is actually AI. Now, this is just something that someone told me, and given the responses I got, it probably is the case, because all we got from them was messages back with articles that I told them I already read and linked to, and just be persistent. Like, it sucks that we have to do this, especially on a machine that's, the retail on this machine is $1,500. We paid almost $1,000 for it on the pre-order, but be persistent and don't be afraid to leverage that chargeback and tell them and actually go through with it if they don't do it. Because the reality is, we're a business owner, and if you open a chargeback, they're going to lose money whether they win it or lose it. So don't be afraid to use that if the company's being a piece of crap to you. It really sucks because I do like Creality's printers. I do think the K2 Plus is probably one of their best, most advanced printers they made. And the issues I'm seeing with them mostly come down to quality control problems, meaning whoever built the printer just didn't do it correctly. So hopefully this helps you guys out. And again, be persistent and try to do as much troubleshooting and tell them what you did and why you think the issue is whatever your issue is. I told them I'm going to need a new cable. I'm going to need a new tool head board. I sent them pictures and detailed everything. So hopefully this will be the end of our K2 saga, and hopefully it'll be back up and running, because again, really like the printer. It was printing great, but just poor quality control and poor choices just made it stop working. And one thing I did notice is the cable that they sent us, it has 2 identical ends. Check the pin out, they're the same at both ends. And one of them has that glue on it again. So instead of putting that in the head to risk it getting soft and going back down in the pins, I put that on the side that goes to the control board that's mounted to the side of the printer, because it's mounted this way instead of going right down, where if that glue softens, it's going to travel into the pins again. Creality, stop putting glue in the cables. It's stupid. Or if you're going to do it, use a glue that doesn't soften in chamber temperatures. Like, you guys know this printer has a heated chamber. Make better decisions and stop letting QC slip to the door. You guys are selling printers that are way too expensive to get away with this shit. You're not selling $100 Ender 3s anymore. You're selling printers that are $500, $600, $700, $1,500. Get your QC better. And customers that buy these printers, whether it's Creality, Bambu, or whatever, because Bambu's support, we fix printers that are in warranty because customers can't get support from them. So before you Bambu fanboys are like, oh my God, Creality, Bambu's just as shit. All these Chinese companies, their customer service is shit. So be persistent. And if you guys have anything to feedback or any other tips, let me know.